Have you ever tried to cure yourself from being a zombie in Minecraft? Well, I have 100 days to succeed. Will I survive? Let's jump right in and see. I don't belong anywhere. I'm not one with the humans nor with the zombies. I gotta cure myself. Now, to survive the zombie onslaught, if you're a zombie yourself, first of all, you need supplies, and that's exactly what I did. I started looting every chest in the vicinity to get, like, my starter loot. Congratulations to these guys. All you must do is subscribe and comment to see yourself in the next video. Running around, I did feel significantly dumber. As a zombie, my IQ got lower as the time went on, so I had to really try my luck with finishing the 100 days. Going inside of a vehicle, I was just looking for a chest, and one of the chests did have an iron chest piece, which would come in very useful shortly. Now I felt a lot safer. Now, as a zombie, I need to get my swagger on, and by that I mean I already got an armor piece and a golden sword that I just found would seal the deal, making me an elite zombie. So now I'm worth a lot more XP, and any survivor that meets me, he's gonna think twice, because this zombie is armed to the teeth. Jumping around in one of the buildings, I found myself a very nice looking building that I would sleep my first night in. Now, you might be asking, I'm a zombie, there are zombies here, they're not attacking me, why would I kill them? Well, I don't like zombies around me when I sleep, even though I am a zombie. Especially if you look at the ones with like brains and arms and legs missing, I really don't want to be a crawler if they get hungry and decide to eat my legs. I can't finish the 100 days with no legs. My IQ is decrementing, but not to the point where I can't open trapdoors or iron doors, so that's pretty good for me for now, so I better make use of it. But either way, guys, I did jump into one of the tower outposts and found a literal gun. That's right, I'm gonna be the first zombie that's gonna be able to use a literal gun. Desert Eagle, but unfortunately no ammunition yet for it. If you've ever seen a zombie like me, leave a comment down below, but if you haven't, make sure that you remember me, because this is the only zombie that's gonna be armed to the teeth with a lot of weapons. As a zombie, I thought I would have trouble navigating the ladders, but nope, everything was fine as is. But upon climbing the peak of the mountain, I was met with a chest that had ammunition to my deagle and some other goodies. The deagle ammunition meant that I could reload my gun now and actually shoot the zombies if they were attacking me, or even shoot the survivors. Being a zombie is actually pretty lucky because my first gun is a literal Desert Eagle. Going into a mine, I was just on the lookout for more coal and also iron to craft myself an iron set. I need a lot of coal because coal is the main resource for running my laboratory that I will use to cure myself from being a zombie. And other resources I get along the way are also pretty neat as an upgrade for my armor and tools. Nighttime hit pretty quickly, but this time I'm not scared as I'm one with the zombie hordes. I am a zombie, they're zombies, and we're just buddies. At least that's what I was hoping for. But either way, a chest at the end of the tunnel in like a snowy secret tunnel led me to some good iron tools. I also know that this island was actually a military base. There were a lot of military men before the zombie apocalypse hit, but as soon as it hit, I'm pretty sure they all kind of got infected. I'm not sure if I'm a soldier in my past life, but I'll try and cure myself. Coming back to my makeshift base, I did finally get myself a furnace going to smelt all of the materials that I found. I also didn't find a lot of coal, but I'll go mining again to get the machine rolling. Either way, these past few days were really bountiful and I did enjoy surviving them. Hopefully, I'm gonna get some zombie buddies along the way or even some human friends to help me out with the zombie cure. The next few days I spent rolling around in some loot. I did find a literal warship, and the warship did have a lot of chests on board. One chest I got particularly lucky with, and I got an M4. That's right, a weapon right on the warship, and that would really help me out in surviving the zombie onslaught. Because the zombies, they're my friends until I hit them once. If I hit them even once, they're gonna turn their backs on me and they're gonna eat me alive. I'm pretty sure that's the zombie code, and that's why we have zombies with no brains, no limbs, and even no feet sometimes crawling around. Pretty sure them zombies broke the zombie code that's unbreakable, or you get punished. On the upper decks, there were some locked chests that I was trying to break free and get even more loot. Fortunately for me, I did decide to also test out the M4 and see how it shoots. The M4 honestly has some real firepower, and I get why like a legendary weapon. It's absolutely amazing even in Minecraft. I'm a zombie, but I still can use the M4 and it's just so amazing. Luckily, my IQ is still high enough that I can use weapons. Nighttime was already setting in and I did encounter the military barracks, and that's basically the place where military men slept during like the kind of camping mission trips. And one of them did have a kind of camouflaged, but I'm pretty sure that's a watermelon backpack, and I did pick it up along the way. The green really fits me, seeing as I'm a zombie, so my rotten flesh fits pretty good with the green. Now I have a lot more inventory space to store all the goodies that I can find along the way, and this will also help me in building and getting the appropriate materials for the laboratory to get the serum out and get myself fixed. Here is also a rule you can't forget even though you're a zombie. So I was a zombie, but I still encountered a zombie horde during nighttime. That's because they suddenly attacked me from nowhere. I'm pretty sure they kind of maybe smelt that I was a human underneath, trapped in a zombie skin, but either way, they didn't like that. So they did decide to attack me, and I couldn't believe how many there were spawning in. It's like they were waiting to attack me. It's like I'm the only non-half zombie, half human guy on the island. So I did decide to run back home. Running around, you guys wouldn't believe what I found, and I found a literal submarine. This submarine had a full interior with even a chest and some bread in it. So it was like an absolute best find that you could find, but unfortunately for me, the submarine did not have any ammunition or guns for me to take, but it did have a few first aid kits. So a first aid kit for a zombie, I'm pretty sure maybe it's not really logical. Seeing as I'm a zombie, I'd like pretty much infinite health, because like no matter, they can take away my limbs, get me shot plenty of times, but I'm still supposed to survive. Only by destroying my brain can I die. But nope, unfortunately this mod is not that realistic, so a first aid kit is actually pretty good. The next few days were spent actually getting my base together. So as you can see, this is the foundation of my base, and I did also break out a little camp right in front to kind of get myself prepared for the long building period. I somehow also attracted quite a bit of zombies, but they were the friendly kind. They didn't want to attack me, and I didn't want to hit them in case they would attack me. But yeah, here we are. I'm with friends, and I'm getting along pretty nicely, building my base, something I could never do before while not being a zombie in a zombie apocalypse, spending the night just getting my base ready. It was actually really peaceful without any of the zombies trying to attack me, take pieces of me, and wasting a lot of ammunition on just defending myself from them. So this is definitely a new way I never expected to play 100 Days in a Zombie Apocalypse. Seeing I was the only survivor, I did decide to check out any kind of remaining islands for loot that could be left behind by the military man, and I did find a literal kind of scientific testing logistic kind of site, and it did have quite a few good loot. It even had some diamond pants for me to wear and also an iron sword, which was a super cool upgrade. But yeah, either way, there were a lot of chickens, cows, and fertile ground for growing crops and all of the good stuff. But yeah, this island was pretty good, and also not a lot of zombies spread it to this island. So if I was actually gonna make like a very secure, safe base, maybe an island would be the better choice. By island, I of course mean that this place is on a small island, just a little shore away from the main island. As I got back home, it was already nighttime, and I completely forgot that I actually put the furnace to work a few days ago to get myself some iron smelted. I used the iron to craft myself a pickaxe and also an axe. And I know that it's not like super cool, but for a zombie inside of a zombie apocalypse, I think it's pretty dope that I have now iron fully kitted out equipment. Never mind even the guns, I literally have an M4 and a Desert Eagle, which is super amazing for a zombie. Yes, I do sleep still in this kind of temporary base while I'm still getting my base sorted. It's practically finished, but not yet. I'd still need to put in the glass, the walls, and also like the other roof materials kind of thing to get the base fully furnished and ready for me to sleep in. So my house was actually getting along pretty nicely. I spent the next few days crafting all the necessary parts and also finally got myself some big windows intact. All that was left was the roof. And the roof was actually pretty difficult because I wasn't sure what to use for the materials of it, but I did go with the wood. The zombies were also not that interested in my base anymore, as they kind of dispersed when I put in the windows, so I guess they're not attracted when it's like a literal house. And now for the really smart people, guess why I don't have any torches on my new house? That's because I'm a zombie. What if I scare myself away? And that, my friends, is a successful zombie pawn. After all the shenanigans of building a base and also traveling back and forth, I did decide to fish a little bit in the nighttime, and you can guess already why in the nighttime, because I can. I'm a zombie and I'm not scared of the dark anymore. The zombies are my buddies, at least while I don't touch them, and they aren't gonna actually try and fight me with like all of their might. Hordes won't spawn in and try and get me from every direction. And yes, I can eat fish. I can actually eat raw fish, cooked fish. I can even eat bread and potatoes. I'm not sure what type of zombie I am, but here it is. My diet is pretty versatile. Luckily for me, I did say that the zombie kind of infection gave me a little bit more skill or luck factor, and I was pretty much right because I did find diamonds pretty quickly, and that was my first actually diamond stack. It was super amazing, and I also am pretty happy that I did craft a literal iron pick just for this occasion. Getting back home, I did notice that I was turning into a night creature. I pretty sure now know why the zombies kind of only walk around nighttime in OG Minecraft, because it's like the most peaceful time ever. You have the snow falling peacefully, you have everything going your way, no one to bother you, no survivors running around, all the thieves are sleeping, you could say. But yeah, either way, it was time for the zombie to sleep as well. And luckily, I survived so far with all of my limbs intact. That's because I don't let zombies sleep near me. I get rid of all of them whenever I can. It seems the zombies didn't like that I sleep alone at night, and that's one way to preserve my zombie body for when I become a human again. So they actually decide to gang up on me right as I was getting back to building my base, and yes, there was a whole horde of them waiting for me. It was really unfortunate, and I had to spend a lot of ammunition on dispersing like the kind of hordes that went along and tried to attack me, but luckily for me, I did survive and everything did went my way. And yes, the amount of zombies that spawned in was just like an astronomical amount. I'm not sure why there was so many, but yes, I did in fact survive this by running away. So finally, I did finish building my house, and it did turn out pretty good. As you can see, I do have some furnaces, exactly 2 for smelting all the ores that I will get. I also got myself a bed, some 2 chairs for company if I'll ever get one, and then also, of course, you need a crafting table and a chest to store all of your loot in. Outside, I have a campfire and just some more chests, and yeah, the base is actually looking pretty nice. It's looking very homely, and I feel like a human again. So finally, my first night in the fully finished and furnished house, and yeah, the base did turn out pretty good, especially during nighttime. Through the big windows, you can really see the snow falling, and it's just a beautiful sight overall. Let's see how my next days go. Next day, sorting my chest, I did also notice that I did have a few diamonds left behind, and currently I have 3 diamonds. That's enough for me to build a sword and maybe a shovel, but I chose not to get the shovel because I'm gonna save up for a little bit more armor pieces, to be honest, because you really cannot be safe in this world. But yes, I did craft the diamond sword, and the diamond sword was actually really, really good. Seeing as I'm a zombie with weapons, it does ask many questions like, what am I even doing? But if a zombie has a diamond sword, I'm pretty sure that's GG. If this isn't the end game, if this isn't goals of being a zombie, then I don't know what is. Every zombie wants a crib and a pretty good armor set with a diamond sword. Going along some more places, I was just looting stuff as usual, and I did encounter a very, very lucky chest. It did have an AK-15 and also a golden apple, which was really, really amazing, and I was really happy with the loot. This is actually a really good gun upgrade, and I'll definitely use it from now on. I do have already quite a few guns and also even a diamond sword, but an AK-15 will never not leave my sight. I mean, you can never have not enough guns, right? But yes, I did continue looting the city and looking for more resources. And as we all know, if a gun spawned in means the ammunition will spawn in close by, and that's exactly what happened. I actually got a few rounds for my new AK-15, and it was actually a really good find. Now I can finally use this gun and maybe test it out even on a few zombies. I mean, I don't really want to kill my own kind, but after all, we are looking for the end game where we will find the serum and cure ourselves from being a zombie, but I'm pretty sure that's a little bit more long way to go from now on, because I don't even have like the appropriate set. I don't have appropriate laboratory equipment to create the anti-zombie serum, but I'm pretty sure I'm very close. Nighttime was already setting in, and upon entering one roof, I did find a zombie riding a chicken, which is hilarious every time, but in the chest on that roof, I did find a deku leaf. The deku leaf allows you to, like, not take fall damage. It's literally the item from Legend of Zelda, which is, like, super amazing, and one thing you do have to pay attention to is the energy bar. If you waste all of your energy, you're just gonna fall down. Hopefully not to your death, but either way, I had to be real careful. Over the course of the next few days and nights, I did get myself a literal kind of underground facility going. As you can see, it's very tall. I have no clue why I made it like this big and this good, but here we are. This room underneath the base I can probably use for storage and like maybe even a laboratory of some sort to get myself the serum crafted. But either way, there's a lot of space and a very high ceiling, and hopefully the laboratory will come into fruition very soon and I'll get the serum crafted as soon as possible, because I don't want to stay a zombie for so long. Even more, I just want to meet up with my buddies who aren't zombies. Spending a few days in the overworld, I did manage to gather myself all necessary equipment, and this is the laboratory that came into fruition. Finally, we have all of the things that we need, apart from maybe a few things like the actual cloner. Every single machine has a generator, which is like a furnace to the left of it, and it needs coal to generate power, which will be transferred to the machine on the right. From this, I can start cloning and get myself a serum going. Going outside, I could finally make use of the little knife that I found ages ago, and the knife allows me to take pieces of zombies. I will extract the DNA from their little meat chunks and get myself a serum going by working out with their DNA like the best possible solution. But yes, I did also get overrun by the zombies while doing this. To begin any experimenting, you need a petri dish, and the more the better. So I crafted myself some petri dish to use in the lab below. Couldn't forget about the testing tube, and the testing tube will actually hold the mixture while we're gonna mix the zombie DNA together. But yep, first of all, you get the petri dish, get the piece of zombie meat, and then cook it up in some machine. And you get the animal cell with the zombiest kind of values inside of it. Next, what you need to do is extract the petri dish from the zombie DNA kind of into the testing tube. And from the testing tube, we will actually be able to analyze it and get the baby rolling. Now, while doing all of these tests, I didn't actually understand why I couldn't take a piece of myself, really, and just kind of fiddle it up with my own DNA, but it seems I'm not like that type of zombie that you can get a chunk of. After all, I am infected, so any zombie meat will do. And just like any scientist, a little helper comes to help. So this little guy, it actually requires emeralds, which I had to kind of feed him like a dog, so he's my pet now. But either way, he's gonna allow me to access the actual DNA editing machine, and he's like the kind of the last key that you need for this machine to work. So after we analyze the DNA in the testing tube, we can finally begin editing the DNA. So I will edit the DNA before actually start work backwards with the DNA to actually get a little petri dish going, and then finally clone the final guy. So I did mess around with a little DNA, and now I did put it in the actual crafting tube, which will be placed in the cloning machine. The cloning machine requires fuel as well, which I didn't get at first, but that's all you pretty much need. And just as simple as that, a zombie will spawn with edited DNA. Hopefully, I'm gonna get a serum working real soon somehow. So time to spawn the little guy in. It took me a little bit of time to get prepared and kind of get like prepared mentally for failures and if it is a success, but either way it's the first test and I wasn't expecting anything any major breaks, you could say, and that's exactly what unfortunately happened. The zombie just spawned in and he was not cured, so that means I cannot yet cure myself, but this is really good progress because we got the lab set up, we know how to use it, and now we can finally tinker around with the DNA and get the appropriate serum going to fix myself from not being a zombie. I know it's probably the first zombie you see with an AK-15, but hey guys, I mean that's me, and that's how I survived my zombie apocalypse. There's just too many zombies to fight them off with a diamond sword. If I could get turrets to protect my base, I would. I dug out a little compartment for the zombie to spawn in, but he spawned on the top of the machine and he got stuck in the ceiling. I thought I did make the ceilings high enough to no avail. A few days passed and I was just looting around looking for any special materials I could find, but one of the chests I did get lucky with, it did have a scope for my gun, and that means my AK is finally super usable now. That means I could aim with a scope and just improve my accuracy overall. I somehow found myself in the middle of a blizzard during the nighttime, so that did get me off guard, and I didn't know what to do, so I started blasting the zombies until I did understood that there were just too many of them. So I decided to use my legs and run away quickly. The zombies aren't my buddies, it seems, and I can't waste a lot of ammunition on them. And it's pretty sad that I have to kill my friendly zombies, but it is what it is. No one wants to accept me. Not the zombies are my friends, neither are the humans. So with the antidote finally in my hands, I was either gonna die or become a human. So I did decide to drink it without wasting any more time, and I became a human, which was super amazing. I was thrilled with the outcome. Turns out the laboratory is pretty easy to navigate and create the serum if you know what to do. Plus, I did get blessed with a beautiful rainbow in the background, so my day seemed like it was just beginning. My first night as a human was about to commence, and I could not be happier. This was the final night before the day 100, and just going through this journey overall of becoming a zombie, looking for the antidote, trying to survive, being battled by zombies, and also humans. Not belonging to any faction really took a number on me, but I persevered through, and here we are. So guys, this is the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe button, and also leave a comment with another video idea that you want to see in the future. This video idea was actually taken from your guys' comments, so thank you for the idea, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. And as always guys, peace. See you in the next one.